want to take care of your kids, quit having them. But you know what? You had them already, so quit crying, like Bernie Mac said. Quit crying, use a push-up sock. Step up and take care of your responsibilities as a man.
And with that said, we'll be right back after this short commercial break. Video director, producer, and editor here at Save Filmworks. Here at Save Filmworks, we are compassionate about the field of video production. We would love an opportunity to serve you and your video production needs. We believe that video production should be an affordable option for everyone who has either a business or a personal need. We have packages that are available, one in which we are confident will meet both the vision of your project and your budget. So please click on our service tab above to find out the areas in which we may serve you. And thanks again for visiting Save Filmworks.
Hello, my name is Craig G. Jordan of Craig G. Jordan Training and Development. And I want you to know that once you recognize your value, success is guaranteed. Many of us want to become successful, but we just don't know where to begin. I have 4 key principles that will empower you to develop the greatness that is already within you. To find out more information about these principles for you and your organization, go to craiggjordan.net to schedule your next event. I guarantee once you take these principles and apply them to your life, you will recognize your value and take hold of your success. Welcome back to The Skinny. I'm Craig Jordan, your co-host, along with Al. Al, your host, and we are here talking about child support. We have our guest today, Wendell, and he was helping us earlier. And now we have on with us Bobby Mackey. Bobby Mackey actually is the writer and owner of Helping Our Mothers Raise Our Brothers. And this is a magazine that has been put out to actually help our mothers raise our young men today. And Bobby, why don't you tell us a little bit about your magazine?
Well, the magazine is basically a tool for single mothers. And not necessarily, I'm not going to say single mothers, but any lady taking the responsibility of raising a male. It could be a grandmother raising a grandson. It could be an aunt raising a nephew. It could also even be that next door neighbor son who always finds himself at your back door when it's time for dinner. Mm-hmm. So it's giving those tools, and it's just to the fact as to where women, they know at the bottom of their hearts they can't do it alone.
Right.
But it's the ones that are truly confident within themselves to say, I truly need help. Not to say I need help, just to demand help, that I don't want the same thing that's happening to gentlemen here to happen across the world. So this is just a guide.
Okay. So, man, we was reading this article here, Missing Fathers, and some of the statistics there is alarming. You know, from 50% of the mothers think that some of the fathers had no value in their contact with the child. I'm like, man, you know, me being a father and influencing my daughters and my son, I think I always got value. You know what I mean? In some kind of role, mentoring role, or just that loving of a dad. You know what I mean? Because you need that dad role. But to hear women, 50% of the women who say that, man, that's deep.
It's real deep, man. You know, you think about the idea that a woman would actually think that a man has no value in their child's life. You're talking every 5 out of 10 women having that thought process. I mean, that's pretty deep, man.
You know, in the line of work that I do, I found that more of our children are just angry, just very angry. And when you sit down and talk to that kid and you find out what is actually wrong with that kid, a lot of kids don't know, for one, who their father is. Their father has been taken out of their life, be the mom has moved out of state or moved away from the dad, or they hear nothing but negativity about the dad. One thing I say to parents in my line of work is that you don't have to say anything bad about a person that is not good. Okay?
Right.
A kid will find that on their own. But my relationship with you, mine and your relationship may not be great, but mine and his, or mine and our children's relationship is wonderful.
Right.
And you as a parent shouldn't taint that relationship because ours didn't work out.
Exactly.
And that's why you're talking about some, I know we're talking about child support, but these things, because maybe you didn't get the check. And now, since I didn't get the check,
Yes.
they're not coming to see you this weekend. Or because you're not supporting the kid, you're not going to ever see him. I'm going to leave. And what you don't realize is that you hurt the kid. And we have got to build our children up to know that, hey, a father is great in their lives.
Right, right.
Well, I think, and just from writing this article, the reason why it was the same way we had this conversation in the barbershop. Think about this, and the question, it was posed as to, well, why can't some men just take care of their children? And this is the same question that we're asking ourselves now, but it's not why, but it's how. And note that 75% of, when I asked that, the response said that the mother was the largest barrier between the man and his child. And it goes to say, and we was talking about just being an interfering battle with the mother, but at the same time, and I said in the article, just because the father walked out of the child's life, I mean, your life doesn't mean he's walking away from that child.
Exactly.
So what happened is that when you look at the word responsibility, in any relationship, it's responsibility. When you dissect it, you have two parts. A good friend always taught me this. He said you have the response side, and then you have the ability side. All men have the ability to take care of their children.
That's right.
But it depends on how they're responding to taking care of their children. So that creates the full entire responsibility. And I just, a lady sometimes, some women, and it hurts the children, they are emotionally attached to that male figure. And they see no other world without him. So they're using their child as a crutch to step back up into that relationship or to draw that male back into the life.
It's like they have a difficulty separating the two.
Yes.
They don't know how to separate the fact that they had this relationship with this individual versus this individual having a relationship with their own child.
Yes.
Al and I were actually looking at a website here, Father's Rights, and many fathers do not even understand their rights. Their rights to regarding child support, support enforcement, restraining orders, spousal support, all of the, I mean, there's a wealth of information in here. Actually, the website is www.fathersrightsinc.com. And we were looking through here, and it was just amazing some of the information that was in here regarding fathers and their children, or fathers that were trying to set up child support or dealing with alimony. There's a lot of information, but fathers do not realize what their rights are. So they feel that because of the barriers that they face with the mothers, they're not able to do what they need to do, but they need to, fathers, I'm going to implore you, please start looking at the information that's available to you so you'll understand that you can accomplish what you need to do to take care of your child. The one thing I will never do is let a woman affect me having a relationship with my child.
Exactly.
And I think if more men take that same attitude, because yes, you know what? Here's how I look at it. It may be difficult, but is it worth it? This is your child. Is it worth it?
And the thing is and I know you're talking about rights, but think about when you're in the courtroom signing that just responding to that petition order, responding to the judge, giving you that child support order. There is no public defender that's saying these are your rights. They're outlining it vaguely, but they're not pulling you to the side. Because how can you tell a gentleman with a 9th grade education to say you're speaking all of the court lingo? They're not going to understand it. Somebody needs to pull them aside and say, truthfully, you have a right to see your child. You have a right to file within 30 days for a petition to stop these charges. You can contest what's here. They really need to stop talking above water and go down. I mean, it's hard to jump in the water if you don't know how to swim.
Exactly.
I want to take it from my perspective as when I was going through my situation. When I went to some lawyers, I went to 3. Actually, ended up with a female in the end. I went to 2 other females. The first one